Hello, hello. I'm late, as always. Honestly, that's kind of to be expected at this point. Yeah. Forgot. My bot is still kind of broken, so I do need to hit it with a manual ping here. Also, when I was doing some testing, I deleted all my previous configuration stuff. So that's unfortunate. But give me 1 sec. I'm late because I'm doing laundry, but then also, well, no, yeah, I'm just doing laundry. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Still getting everything set up. Stream notifications. Live or whatever. Finally finish configuring the bot again. There we go. Look at that. He's so good. Right, I'm looking off to the side because I'm doing some stuff. Don't mind. All right, I think I am good to go. All right. Probably. my audio setup is also slightly changed, so let me check this real quick. Am I audible? Can I hear me? Can I hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, hello. Hello, Ren. I'm also audible. All right. Let's get started. How are you? How are you? Unfortunately, this upcoming release is not going to be all that's promised. It's pretty much just going to be the nightlies, but like stabilized. So I have time to do other stuff. Next snap wasn't audible. Your next snap or my next snap? Like this? Oh, yeah. It's pretty easy for me to invert myself, almost. Mostly because I'm standing up. Alright. Alright, there we go. Oh, you know what? How does this work? I'm looking at my OBS layout. This should be chroma keyed, but it's not. Like, it's transparent, but I have it set up to be chroma keyed, but I guess the chroma key just, if there's no chroma key, it just uses transparency. I don't really know. Your Duck Connect just freaked out for a second. Yeah, it happens. I blame OpenCFace for sending me bad data. And then there's also, you know, I can blame me for not verifying the data, but I'll just ignore that for a little bit. But fortunately, if I want to stabilize stuff, all I really need to do is just push everything into a different branch, and then I'll just start deleting stuff. So what things do I have? Where are all my terminals? No, here's Godot 4, ignore that. Here's OpenCFace GD, which is actually turned into a completely separate application. It's actually like just a GUI for OpenCFace. So that's cool. It's not super useful for, like, I guess anybody, right? Unless you're setting up your own like renderer for face tracking data, but then at that point you would probably just want to use a script. So I'm not sure who it's for, but it's there. There's no binary compiled though. I have my own binaries, but so where am I? Virtual Puppet project, vpuppr. vpuppr 4 is currently blocked, waiting on, I don't know, somebody to look at the runtime loading issue, because there's not too much I can do about that unless I just want to ship the entire Godot editor along with it, which I don't. Where are we here? Git status, git diff. Okay, so this is the build, or this is not the build, but these are the changes. I can't talk today. I think these are actually the first words I've said out loud. This is why I'm struggling right now. VCFace started as a GUI for OpenCFace as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, but this is the build that doesn't use a sub viewport, so that might fix your flickering issues, Run. Not sure. So let's git commit remove sub viewport. Yeah, because I'm not going to be including the spout integration stuff. I'm going to be ripping that out. So I'm going to be ripping out the hotkey stuff. Maybe I can still include like rendering options, because that's not super difficult. I'll have to think about it if I have time. All right, push, and then git check out. Oh, hello, Shazbot. I feel like you're Shazbot on Discord, maybe. You can make a build with the whole editor just for people that like me to test Godot for and see if it actually fixes the flickering thingy. Well, I mean the flickering thingy, right? It's not what you it doesn't do what you think it does, unfortunately, right? So this is the Godot 4 one that's using the Godot VRM master branch. So just wait for it to open. So this is what it should look like. It looks pretty good. This one looks a bit scuffed, but just ignore that. And then here's the load at runtime stuff. So there's not too much for me to do here. I guess what you could do is just download, like if you want to see if it fixes stuff, then what you could do is download the latest Godot beta, and then just grab this stuff. So I don't know, either clone it or download it, and then just open the project with Godot. And then what you should be able to do is drag your model into Godot and then just kind of drag it into the scene like so, like so. Hold on, where are the samples? Or where are the assets? Are these the assets? Actually, where do these assets come from? That's interesting. I'm not sure where the assets come from, because I don't have them. That's really strange. I've never noticed that. Where did the assets go? VRM samples. No, they're here. They just don't show up in the editor. Yeah. So you just grab your VRM file, put it under VRM samples, and then you should be able to just kind of drag it into the scene, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not sure actually how they did it, considering that you can't see it here. Don't know. We'll figure it out. It'll be a learning experience for the both of us. It's 1:30 at my place. My throat is so sore that it's making me unable to sleep and you're streaming, so here I am. Nice, nice. I've been there before. On my first job, actually no, it was my first project at my second job, which is my current job as well. I just could not sleep, so I was like, you know what? Working puts me to sleep, so let's like go to work. And by go to work, I mean like boot up my laptop and just sign in. And then one of the British guys, actually he was Italian, but he lives in London, pinged me and was like, hey, are you there? And I was like, hi, I can't sleep, so I'm working. And he was like, oh, okay, carry on. You know, after giving me some tips like drink some hot milk. Nope, don't have any milk, and I'm also lactose intolerant. Drink some hot water. Nope, already tried that. Drink some alcohol. It's a bit too late to try that, although I could. So blend shape items. Actually, wait. I was doing a thing and then I got sidetracked. Okay, git checkout. So it's not cache. It's we're not caching anything, but we are, I guess. Store old store, well, I guess we'll call it state. That's probably closer. State pushed features. So I'll do that, push u origin state, do that, and then we'll get checkout master. If I drink any amount of alcohol, I pass out. I just hate drinking. Well, that's kind of the opposite of me, unfortunately. I don't drink a lot every day, but I do drink pretty consistently, which is, you know, RIP liver. I just like the way it feels, man. Do I have a problem? Maybe. I can stop anytime I want, though. All right. So let's delete this. Hotkey listener, say goodbye. I'm on the correct branch, right? Okay, I'm on master. Yeah, but when I'm out with coworkers, I only 2 drinks. Because in my line of work, you gotta drink, unfortunately. Even if you don't drink, you gotta drink. Is it toxic? Yes. It's one of those things that just comes with the job, though. Actually, I think I added all the hotkey stuff in a single commit, didn't I? So if I just find that commit, then I can. Maybe not. No, geez, no, I did not. Oh God. All right, I'm a dummy. All right, hotkey provider, say goodbye, and then that's gonna break a few other things, I'm pretty sure. Surprised around Windows that your project provides Linux binaries as well. Well, it's not hard, right? Like, I prefer using Windows mostly because it's compatibility. But I mean, my day job is Linux. It's all Linux. So like I don't know. Like if you're asking me like how do I configure like audio stuff, no, you should go ask Ren about that. But if you're asking like, you know, how do we auto patch, you know, tens of thousands of Linux boxes across multiple clusters, I'm your guy. Or like network patching or whatever. Deployment, I'm less certain about. I just use the scripts they give me. Yeah. So I'm pretty comfortable on both systems. Or I say both systems. There's multiple types of Linux distributions. Like if you're asking me how to configure Arch, I have no idea. Or Gentoo, I have no idea. I only know how to configure rel. Config manager. This is not the right one. Why was I looking at this? I was reading like this entire file looking for this thing, but then I realized, oh wait, that's not how that works. Turns out I'm a big dummy. All right, so go here. There is hotkey providers. We'll just take that out. We'll take that out. Oh, actually, I have an entire region here. Look at that. Yeah. Yes. You can peep your channel, post links or whatever. The bot is actually is the bot currently set up for responding to Twitch chat? I don't remember if it is. Oh my God, it's it's there. I forgot. Just don't type Ferris say, because I'm pretty sure that's still broken. Actually, I'll type it now. Ferris say hello. All right, cool. I broke it. Or no, I disabled it because it is broken because it corrupts the thread somehow. I have no idea. There's some sort of spin lock that just spins forever. I think. Maybe it's not a spin lock. Maybe it's just like a mutex that never releases it. I have no idea. So this looks good. There's one more thing I need to remove. Oh, it's blend shapes. I keep looking at it and then ignoring it. Blend shapes. Or I keep looking at blend shapes and thinking like, oh, blend shapes are hotkeys. They are very related, but they're not the same thing. So, well, no. Actions need to go away. Blend shapes can stay. Ah, geez. Wait, hold on. Maybe this is not going to be as clean as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, so there's the action button. Okay, actually, this is doable. So I go here, go to hotkey, delete. Can't delete it just yet. Blend shape item. Go here. All right. So this. What if we take this out? What happens? So this goes away. On add sequence. Okay, that's fine. Which means that. Just delete this. Delete this. Do you think blend shapes? Yeah. It's not. I don't want to remove blend shapes. I want to remove the hotkeys from blend shapes. Yes. So hotkeys. Yeah. Just say goodbye, I guess. Goodbye. Replace type. Gonna be honest. Say goodbye. H slider. Yeah. Okay. Then that means this is fine. Hotkey add sequence, so we can get rid of this. I think this is fine. Take those out. I don't know. Where are we at? Does it still run? Give it a second. So you said I paid Joan to add 52 of them. Oh, you have a perfect sync model now? That's pretty neat. Oh, I still need to re-add this hotkey instead of just opening up this model or this menu and then having to click on the UI option. Okay. Just gotta make sure that these all work as expected. Okay. And then if I do this, no, this is still blend shapes, tracking. That took a concerning amount of time. It also generated 113 errors. Oh, okay, this is completely unrelated. All right, 1 second. I need to test this stuff real quick. Bring me back. 113 errors is not good. I'll be the first one to tell you that. Okay. I don't know. Have you heard anything about Meow Face? We got cheap iPhones on. Now I'm using that. I hate to admit the tracking is so much better. Yeah. But it's because of all the sensors, right? That the iPhone, like iPhones are very, very advanced pieces of tech, which is cool. Even if I think Apple kind of sucks in terms of leadership, to put it in the rudest way possible, they do make some good stuff. They do make some good stuff. All right, so Meow Face, IP address. Oh, okay, so this is my local IP. .168.229. And then if I just, okay, so these are not updating now. Well, actually, no, that makes sense because they're not using these shapes, but it's going to be a little offset, by the way, because I need to move the phone out of the way. Okay, so these aren't updating, so I can make that update. Like how that vocal render in the new Godot. Is it out yet? There are betas for the new Godot version, and I was working on a port to Godot 4, but the VRM library that I'm using for loading these models, there's a bug with loading models at runtime, which kind of confuses me. I guess what they expect people to do is, I guess, the normal workflow for VR chat. So you like how to get Unity, then pre-process your model for VR chat, and then you can, I guess, upload it. Or then you can use your model in VR chat. Whereas what I'm looking for is just like, you know, you have vpuppr, and then you load it, and then it, you know, just works. I don't like the pre-process step. No face is about to be broken. One of the backend assets the dev used got discontinued as open source, so once it dies, the whole app is dead, unless you fix it. Yeah, but wasn't it supposed to die, like, last year? I know it, like, that got shut down, but I thought, wasn't it supposed to be shut down in, like, November or something? But now it just keeps working somehow. Oh, hello, Needle Mouse. Hello. Did you lose access to your last account? Thank you very much for the follow. Boosting my follower counts. I don't think the vSeikai team was expecting a real-time use case for their VRM loader. Yeah. I guess what annoys me is I submitted a patch, right? So like the Godot 4 and Godot 3 versions were patched, and then they kind of just did not maintain it. Even though it was really easy to. Because I made it as seamless as possible, but you know. If you want something to work, you got to do it yourself, I guess. Blend shapes. Blend shape modified. Okay, so if I go to what am I looking for? I'm looking for, I can't see it here. I'm looking for, call it here. And then, okay, so these are all the blend shape keys. So what I could do is just grab a handle to the model. Yeah, you know what? I think it's better just to have a handle to the model as opposed to broadcasting it to here, yeah. So to make a new one, I'm gonna have it as my main. Okay. Also got Xbox Game Pass. I think Xbox Game Pass is a really good deal, even if you only play things on Windows. Could make a fork with your patch, but that means maintaining a fork. Yeah, well, I mean, technically, it's already kind of a fork because my Godot 3 patch has not been merged, even though they said they would merge it. Okay, so we're here. I guess actually this is going to be kind of tough, huh? All right, since I'm just trying to push this out, let's edit it directly. You're not going to like this, but this is what peak performance looks like. Globals, blend shapes. All right, hold on. What are we looking for? This is blend shape item. Blend shape item is looking for blend shapes, blend shape modified. Blend shape modified is some sort of payload. Then the ID is the blend shape name, and then there's the value. Okay, yeah. So publish is the value, and then the... All right, so this is gonna be a little slow, but it should be fast enough because I think this is running on a thread, so who cares? All right, run me again. I don't like the idea of a game pass. I don't want to spend tens of hours in a game just to not be able to play it anymore one day. Yeah. Transfer your months. I wasn't really paying attention. I'm sorry, I'm out of the... I gotta get back into the groove of streaming, man. Also, by the way, Ren, the flickering, you can almost kind of see some flickering here. Because actually the outline should be black, but it's showing up as dark brown for me, or dark red. So it happens to me sometimes, but I'm not able to reproduce it consistently. Actually, it's not happening anymore. Maybe it's just anti-aliasing. Never mind. Ignore me. So meow face. Yeah, I'm really bad at reading chat right now, though. Not streaming for a month. And now I'm all out of sorts. I'm unable to talk and program at the same time, or at least think about programming. All right, so we explode. That's good. Invalid get index. So where is this? This is puppet trait. Hey. Oh, I see. I see. So this is actually a different mapping altogether. Okay. Let's think about this then. Open puppet trait. Then there was this one, which is set blend shape. So who's using this? Puppet trait. So you use it here, but then actually, set blend shape. What does this do? So the next thing I'm completely not interested, but there are some interesting benefits like Discord Nitro. I really should like pay for Discord Nitro at some point. It's surprisingly useful being able to upload really big files, because otherwise I've just been like using GitHub Actions to get a little free storage. Yeah, money. Try to buy live gold for some months and get games for a good price. Xbox Live Gold gives you a discount on games. When has that changed? All right. So who is sending this, by the way? So puppet trait. So you're subscribed to this. Meow face. No, that's not quite right. So you publish blend shapes here. Okay, I think I'm getting it. So this is, yeah, so this is where everything's starting to turn into spaghetti, by the way, or into spaghetti. So blend shapes. Okay, so we'll just have to use a different key. This is not great. Globals. All right, so this is blend shapes. Blend shape. Blend shape. Received. I guess is blend shape changed, maybe? Just so I'm not going crazy. So you do this. And then this is different. I'm just using Mega to upload my stuff. Seems to serve me well. Oh yeah, Mega is still around, right? Yeah. But wasn't there was like a few controversies with Mega in that there was almost like no file scanning, which is good, but then it also means that there's just a lot of malware being hosted there as well. So I'm always a little nervous when someone gives me like a mega.nz download link. I'm like, I don't know about that. I don't know. Blend shape changed. So this comes directly from here, and then or directly from the tracker, and then for this, we'll just, so we'll publish this to ourselves, but then the puppet needs to, hold on. AM pub subscribe self globals. Can't type today. Globals whatever So this will just be the same thing, on blend shape modified. But the actual puppet will not be listening for one of the keys. Actually, wait. No, that's right, yeah. So these are the blend shapes. We can modify them. That still works. Tracking, give me meow face because I still have that running. More or less. So eyes closed, and then are any of these changing? They should be changing. Maybe I'm just stupid. I might just be stupid. Blend shape item. Hotkey can go away. Distributed pedos on Twitter, distributing their stuff through it. Yeah. Using SDL2 a lot. The a lot is my favorite animal. Such a shame that the oatmeal is not a super popular webcomic anymore. Or maybe it is, and I just have not been checking it recently. Because a lot is actually 2 words. Commonly written as 1, though, for whatever reason. I mean, you work on such neatly written code, things seem to be actually readable on the whatever abomination I have at work. Compose a pretty much a one-liner of CEF. Don't know what that stands for. Application with PHP background in one file. Nice. Yeah, I try to keep things organized, but then now when I'm trying to just push this out the door, we're making a lot of really weird changes. Blend shape modified. Am I not getting blend shape modified thingies? Of course, I also don't know which blend shapes are being modified, because these ones I'm not using. I know that. But some of these at least should be moving around, like brow down left, this one, this one, this one, this one. If I make this face, okay, yeah, none of them are being seen. Yeah, SDL2 is fine though. As far as I understand, though, it's not super performance, right? Like, you usually want to use SDL2 for, like, windowing, but then if you're doing, like, 3D or, like, doing a ton of sprite drawing, you generally want to hook into just raw OpenGL. That's my understanding. Maybe that's wrong. Yeah. CEF Chromium Embedded Framework. That sucks. Sorry for your loss. HTML, PHP, JS, and Chrome stuff all in one place of this particular project. Yeah. Wait, so that means that you're building Chrome for your front end? Isn't that really tough? Because Chrome is just a monster of a project that takes like literal hours to compile because it's, you know, it's so complicated. Like even just compiling like V8, which is the delicious juice drink, also the JavaScript engine that most things use nowadays, because it is the best JavaScript engine, or it's the fastest JavaScript engine out there. Maybe not the best, depending on your use case. It may or may not be the best. Did I not hook this up? Blend shape changed. And then Meowface should be sending this. Blend shape changed. Am I dumb? All right. Just hit me with a logger debug. Hit me with a payload. Maybe you'll just be able to grab something from that. All right, bring me back to Meowface. Yeah. My current project at work is just mainframes. Linux on top of a mainframe that you access from a different Linux box that is also running on a different mainframe that you access from a Windows box that I access from a RHEL box. So I'm having a good time at work right now. It's not painful in the slightest. This is not a call for help. Am I dumb? This is not sending? Or did it just not save? Is that what's going on? So if I go to meow face, no, it's here. I can't set a breakpoint, unfortunately, because it's running in a thread. But I don't know, just print me. Print. Be the old ASDF print. I feel like I'm going crazy. Because this is the correct signal. Maybe it's just not sending the expected signal. Or not the expected data. No, it's sending it. Is the ID I'm sending incorrect then? Oh, you know what? It is almost certainly the ID, right? So the signal name, data, and then the ID. But then blend shape item. If payload ID is not equal to our blend shape name. All right, so what is our blend shape name? I don't want to just print there because this is done for every single one of them. But give me 1 sec. So load me back into here. Try to make games that move on to apps like a file manager and all that. I think file manager is a cool idea, and also it looks good on a portfolio or on a resume, or both. I guess as a programmer, your portfolio is your resume. So just ignore me, I guess. Blend shapes. I need to take a look at what this is. Well, the thread is not running. So these are all the blend shapes. There's a ton of them. So blend shape name, yeah, that looks right. I look down, yeah, that looks right. Blend shape name, that's right. Oh, and there's even like a mesh instance on it. Simple but helpful. Implement a hyperlink handler so it spawn a new window instead of opening a default browser in its new tabs. See if it's so bare bones, it doesn't have opening links implemented. So yeah, 8-year pile of a code that wasn't refactored in like ever. Yeah, that sounds about right. Or just, you know, make your own bespoke implementation. You know, inserts that one XKCD comic here. All right, 8 pre-existing implementations for opening a tab. Then you add your own. Payload ID does not equal. I really don't want to print here, but I'm going to print here. Payload ID. All right, print me. This is going to explode, by the way. No. Really? There's no log spam? Okay, so I am doing something incorrectly then. Because I should either be getting log spam from this one or the other one, but I'm not getting any log spam whatsoever. So AM blend shape changed. Yep, that's what I'm using. Blend shape changed. Yeah. Or maybe what I could do here, since I have access to the mesh. Value slider. Take this out. Actually, what? Why is this here? Well, the only thing I like from Windows is the file manager, and I really liked it. Windows is fine. The file manager is fine, I guess. Isn't Nautilus? Nautilus is pretty much just this, right? Like you could even pin quick apps to your the sidebar in Nautilus. Or is it not Nautilus? There's another one. So was it sanitizing any data input? Someone was clever enough to edit one variable in the developer console. We could lose all database. Like, exploits of mom. Yeah. I'm familiar with that one. Old Bobby tables. That's a good one. On blend shape modify. Blend shape changed. How did this get a mesh instance? So when I do all of this, blend shape name, but then if you want to change the blend shape, you need to go into the Puppet. See, this is why it's kind of spaghetti even at this point, because I haven't looked at the code in a while. I know roughly where things are. Set blend shape. Oh, and then I just manually map them like that. I remember. So that's a little unfortunate. So what I should do, actually, is under blend shapes. Why do I have all this garbage open? Blend shapes. So instead of giving it this, because now I'm just hard coding a bunch of stuff. All right, so blend shape item, where is it? Blend shape item here. You no longer have a mesh instance, you just have the model. And it's gonna be some sort of puppet trait, I guess. No more mesh instance for you. It wasn't even being used, so who cares? And then item model is equal to model. Here, blend shape item. On literally any item changed, we can just change it directly like this. So model set blend shape name value slider ratio. So now we kind of just bypass the entire very fancy signaling system I set up. That's okay. We'll go back to it. We'll go back to it. Text to float. Yeah, Nautilus was a GNOME one, Dolphin is a KDE one, Thunar is XFCE one. Oh yeah. Totally. I don't really remember. I only use GNOME and XFCE. Well, I use XFCE on my personal laptop, but then on all the RHEL installs, they come pre-installed with GNOME, which is extremely slow and I hate it. Like the KDE one, as it doesn't sacrifice functionality over design. Can't say. I've installed KDE before, but I don't know. I'm more of a Windows XP kind of guy. XFCE one just feels too clunky. Yeah, it has the Windows XP feel to it, which I appreciate. It's easy to understand, at least for me. All right. Okay, so here, this is gonna be a little weird. So delta. So then here I can do value. Well, var blend shape value. Is that what it's called? Okay. It's called current value is equal to float model get blend shape name, and then value line edit text is equal to string value of current value, and then value slider ratio is equal to current value. All right, I mean, that's a bit better. I'm not really happy with it, to be honest. That's fine though. I don't know if I should stick with C or C++. Probably C++. I think C is easier to learn, and it's also easier to get your fundamentals in order. But, I mean, no one hires for C. Or if someone is hiring for C, you shouldn't take the job. People still hire for C++. And, like, there's more just libraries for C++. C++ is just C with objects and C with classes, basically, and you know, a bunch of other stuff. But you can write C++ like C. That's basically it. Now, should you? That's a different question altogether. All right, so are these updating? Am I stupid? Huh? Did I not set this to update? Also, Cinnamon, which is supposed to be resemble Windows Vista. Oh yeah, there's Cinnamon. That's the one of the ones that Ubuntu comes pre-installed with. You can get a flavor of Ubuntu with Cinnamon pre-installed. Yeah. Isn't Cinnamon what? I don't know. There's too many DEs. I don't really care. I always just use the same one every time. Or if I'm feeling spicy, I'll use i3 with D menu. So I bounce off the distribution that was shipping it after like 2 months. Isn't it like Ubuntu Mate or something like that? Like a game at SDL2, I don't want to deal with pointers that much. Well, if you're using C++ or C, I got bad news for you. Everything's a pointer. And actually, in most higher level languages, everything is also just a pointer. But you don't have to mess with the actual pointer. Like in Java, everything is a pointer, except for primitives, which are values. Shapes. All right, so this is gonna log spam as well. But that's fine if it log spams. Current value. These are all just 0? How is that possible? I'm feeling really dumb right now. How is this 0? How is this 0? Actually, bring me back, and then I can actually look at the model that it has attached to it. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. That horrible package policy was literally rolling back from mainstream just for the sake of so-called stability. Well, that's not that bad, I guess. Maybe. I think I'd rather more rollbacks than just releasing things as soon as they come out, which is what Manjaro is really bad about doing. Yeah, Manjaro is a distribution that I'm surprised is still as popular as it is, considering that their management is horrible. Yeah, like they killed, or they more or less killed like Linux on phones because they wanted to ship Manjaro on like the Pine phone, but then they wanted to do everything their way, thus pushing out all the other open source developers. But then the thing about Manjaro is that they don't really develop any of their own stuff. They just package stuff. So now Linux on phone is dead because there's no more developers. Only managers. Oh baby. I've heard this story before. I'm very familiar. All right, so what model do you have? Yes, back updates for about 4 years now. Well, that sucks. I like Debian. I still have Pop OS installed on one of my machines. Initial poses. No, that's fine. Where is it? Morph data. No. What am I looking for? Puppet trait. Puppet trait has blend shape mappings. Where is blend shape mappings? Shape mappings. Am I stupid? I think I might be stupid. What the heck? There's no blend shape mappings? This will break if they're blend shapes. Same name on different meshes, but that's fine. Is this a different thing? Oh no, they're here. Okay. Well, I mean, that's fine. Oh, and actually my laundry is done, so I'll be right back. My laundry is done, I'll be right back. I just need to put it in the drawer before it gets moldy. Hello, hello. This is gonna sound really dumb. I just got dryer lint in my eyes. It kind of really hurts. But I already washed out my eyes. So I guess I'm just gonna have to stick with it for a little while until my eyes like figure themselves out. Yeah, because I don't have one of those I guess apartment dryer or combination washer dryers, but my washer dryer are stacked. So the dryer's on top, and when I was cleaning out the lint trap, I was like, all right, let's just do this as quickly as possible. So I ripped it all out. Just a little piece got into my right eye. And then when I was rubbing it, I think I got a little bit of it into my left eye as well. So I guess if I looked in the mirror, it's gonna look like I'm stoned right now. Eyes are bloodshot. All right, I'm just wondering why these are not giving me the values that I think they should be giving me. All right, this is not what I want. Oh, geez, are we crashing? No, we're fine. So bring me back to here. All right. Snapshot that. We should have some values here, but we don't, which means I go back to here. Mouth pucker, probably not. Mouth, jaw open, maybe. Value 0. Really? Eye blink left? How are these all 0? I'm still muted? Am I muted? Wait, am I muted? Hello? Hello, hello, hello? I shouldn't be muted. Am I muted? Hello? Hello, hello? Am I muted? Hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello? I don't think I'm muted. I can hear myself. Are you muted? Are you deafened? No. You got me. You got me. All right. Congratulations. You got me. Congratulations. Enjoy your 24-hour ban permanently. So set blend shape. How are these changing? I'm just losing my mind here. I've completely forgotten how this works, even though I wrote this. Mesh instance. Oh, that's how that's working. That's right. I feel dumb. I feel dumb. Okay. I see, because I'm setting this directly on the mesh instance like that, which is a bit weird. But then here, for blend shape item, whenever we send out this thingamajig, or not send out this thingamajig, but do this, I need to do blend shapes, right? Because that's actually how they're stored in this dictionary. Yeah, blend shapes, eye blink left. That's right, that's right. As usual, code is working exactly as I wrote it, incorrectly. Code will never lie to you, for better or worse. I was muted. You were muted. You muted. You. All you gotta do is install this one piece of software, and I can unmute you for you. Also need to give me your banking details and the 3 digits on the back of your credit card. All right, let's restart this. I think I got this down. Or it's mostly like, I'm dumb. Actually, wait. I think I actually need to restart this one more time. But so that's fine. This one. Oh yeah, so this is still wrong as well. This needs to do the same thing. Why am I retyping this every single time? I think my typing skills have gotten a lot worse after I had COVID. Or my fine motor control has gone down the drain, unfortunately. What if we injected AMD FSR into vpuppr? If I knew how to do it, I would. Unfortunately, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm kind of a brainlet right now. All right. Is it working? Is it working? What? Are you kidding me? Really? Really? All right, so what's the current value? Let's get some log spam, please. Please. No log spam? All right, kill this. Model, get blend shapes. Yeah, the blend shapes are stored as blend shapes slash whatever. NVIDIA wants to string these games with OBS VK capture. Oh, I don't know. See, it's the primary reason why I use Windows. But once Windows forces me to update to Windows 11, I'll probably jump to Linux, probably Fedora or Debian, which are like two very different distros, I guess. Or Debian is almost always like 1 or 2 versions behind everything else because it's, you know, stable. And then Fedora is bleeding edge. It's pretty much where everything in RHEL goes before it goes into RHEL. How are these all 0? Oh, it's because it's on the mesh instance. I'm setting this on the mesh instance directly. That's right. Why do I keep thinking that this is how this works? This is absolutely not how this works. But where does mesh instance? I guess what I could do is this. Where's puppet trait? Puppet trait, go over here so I can look at you under process. There's nothing we're doing there. There's setup. Blend shape mapping, that's fine. VRM model, that's ready. There's no process. Default. Where did I do this? Oh no. I guess the models don't have any process functions, huh? Okay. Maybe we'll just go back on what I did before. So, yeah. So don't do this, but then go back to blend shape item. Should be mesh instance, which is a mesh instance. Wow. Get rid of the model. We don't need to have the model, but then we can do mesh instance whatever. So this is mesh instance get, and I believe this should be the correct thing anyways. Yeah. Like that. Okay, and then these are all just mesh instance set instead of get, like this. Like that. So get this stabilized. Hopefully it's good enough. Blend shapes, probably fine. Mouse tracker won't make anything change here, which is unfortunate. Otherwise, I would try to use the mouse tracker. All right, now it's working, kind of. All right, that's all we needed. I think this is kind of slow, but that's fine. Because it's like direct access to it. So mouth shrug up, or mouth close. I don't know how to make that work. Mouth a dimple. I have a dimple on my right. I don't know. Mouth stretch left. Can you do this with your, how do you do this with your mouth, by the way? Can you do this with your mouth? I don't know how you would do that. Or is this like, if I do this with my hand? No. You can do this. Like a cat. I don't know. At the very least, this seems to be working. No hotkeys, unfortunately, but whatever. That bit's working. So we'll call that good enough. Commit it to the current master branch, and then should I have like a sentinel commit, which is like, this is the commit where we diverged, and then I'll know which parts to take back out. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Get status, get, oh geez. Okay, so meow face, nothing needs to change here, I guess. Like this doesn't need to be here. We can just do it like that, that's fine. Blend shape item, this doesn't need to change. We don't need this. Actually, we're not even doing anything with it, so that's fine. Globals, we'll take this out, because now we just have direct access to it, which is fine. All right, cool. That looks right. Get and diverged. Blend shapes, blend shape UI now tracks actual blend shape value. All right, so just gotta remember, when I go back to this, the diverge commit is the one that says diverge in it with that tag. Okay, so let's add something for validating your config, and then honestly that's kind of it. Actually no, props I need to get rid of. Hold on, where's the props menu? It's under GUI. I believe it's under default GUI. And then here, yeah. So props, say goodbye, no more props. I never got around to re-implementing that, unfortunately. And actually, where are the props? All right, props, say goodbye. That's fine. Yeah, wasn't AMD on Linux supposed to have better support? Wasn't that like the big draw about AMD on Linux? Is that they actually had good drivers, as opposed to you had like the Nouveau drivers, which are proprietary, or are the Nouveau ones the open source one, and then there's just like the proprietary ones? I don't really check. None of my Linux machines have GPUs, so I don't know. Well, let's see, props return eventually. For now, just sticking to the base app is a good call. Yeah, props, like I know what to do now. It's just that it requires so much work. There's so much stuff to do. And because I don't have enough time, or I do have time, but I need to work on other stuff to bump up my resume. Because it's mentioned on the Discord before, but you know, I know that everyone doesn't stay up to date on the Discord. I also don't stay up to date on the Discord, but the layoffs are hitting the tech sector. It's making me very nervous. Even though I'm almost guaranteed to still have a job through April, March. What's 04? January, February, March, April. April. I'm still guaranteed to have a job through April. Or not through April. I think it's through March, and then the project ends on April. And then after that, I need to look for a new project. It's making me nervous. Yeah, Nouveau, the FOSS drivers for NVIDIA, they suck. Yeah, Nouveau, Nouveau. Isn't it new? How do you? It's French, right? Nouveau. Is that how you pronounce it? Nouveau. Nouveau. First engineered 320 drivers, and there's a lot to be wished for performance-wise. I believe that. Writing drivers is tough, man. Especially when you're trying to reverse engineer stuff. I think what's really impressive actually about like graphics drivers is the Asahi Linux people. They reverse engineered that entire protocol. I have also not kept up to date on that project because I do have an M1 Mac, and I'm like, man, I kind of hate Mac OS, except for when at work I like using a Mac. For personal use, I don't like Macs at all. I think this all looks fine, right? So let's commit this. Remove props. This is proprietary version. Mesa. Yeah, there's Mesa. Yeah. Oh, I thought Mesa were the official drivers. Except rendering and encoding. But the proprietary AMD drivers are worse at everything except for encoding and rendering. That's tough. Support CentOS, but CentOS is dead. It starts to support Fedora, but I'm not 100%. Isn't CentOS is not dead. It's just that they don't do like tagged releases anymore. Now they just have CentOS Stream, right? CentOS Stream. Do you say CentOS? Do you say CentOS? Or do you say Community Enterprise Operating System? I know a few people who say CentOS, and it freaks me out. Yeah, CentOS is full on Axe. Is it full on Axe? I thought it was still around, right? Isn't this it? But it's really just like CentOS Stream, and that's it. Right? Or maybe it is dead. I don't know. Yeah. Like the last update was in November. Last November. So that's not too far away. Considering that the update before that was in July, not January. July 2022. All right. So let's add a new button to here. Menu bar. Look at the menu bar, and then we'll just go into here and add an option. So probably under debug, we'll just have like, just under app, which is like, hold on. Layout doesn't have anything under it, so we'll just delete that. Say goodbye to layout. Oh, and there's nothing for me to do. Nice. Add item. Oh, that's not how you do it. Default GUI menu bar. Verify config. So you can manually verify your config, otherwise you can do something else. The November update was the last one. They announced to not even supply security patches. Did they? Isn't CentOS Stream is basically just it's in between Fedora and RHEL, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, this is the last one. Oh, look at that. No, it's not dead. There were CentOS Connect February 3rd, 2023. Yeah. And that's not even supplying. Well, yeah, they're not supplying security patches to the tagged releases, right? So if you're going to like if you're trying to use like CentOS 8, they're not going to release updates for that. Not even security updates, which Red Hat is usually pretty good at supplying. What I was doing now, so they stayed around CentOS as well. Well, I've got news for you. RHEL is still very much alive, for better or worse. How would I know? Who knows? It's very possible, though, that I have insider information. Actually, no, that's not. Let me rephrase. For any regulators out there, I do not have insider information about Red Hat. But I know RHEL is still very much alive, for sure, because that's what I work with on my day-to-day. Big companies all over the US of A are using it. And or all over the world, right? Although, with the rise of container orchestration platforms, more and more people aren't using RHEL. They're just using like the super stripped down Linux kernel version. So like Pure OS, which Red Hat actually owns now, but you can extend it with some paid service like TuxCare, but enterprises need time to roll out a replacement. Yeah. I think if your CentOS is still very much alive, but CentOS like 8 is very much dead. So if you want to use CentOS, you got to use CentOS Stream, which is the kind of what a lot of companies are moving towards nowadays anyways, right? Because a continuous stream of updates, unfortunately, is unfortunately better because more people are really bad at updating their systems. Doing fine. They're even working on stuff like HDR. I don't know. I don't know anything about like desktop RHEL. I only know about server RHEL. Supposed to wake up in 2.5 hours to work. That's rough. All right, verify config. Add buttons. Verify config. Give me a pass here. Give me what the to do. But we'll get back to it. So let's open menu bar. And they'll need to implement this in 2 places, I think. So one here in menu bar, which is where the stub is. And then here in the config manager, where we can then try to verify the configuration that we have. So I think I can just put a function here, right? So base config. Or what would you do? Yeah, probably just here, right? So func verify. So return true by default. The team behind it, the IBM people. You know, IBM and Red Hat are still like 2 very different companies. May or may not be talking from personal experience. So much so that they don't tell us all the information that they. If I were to work for Red Hat, and I were in a situation where we were working with IBM, there may or may not be situations where the IBM employees do not tell us everything, therefore like screwing us. But that's just a hypothetical, of course. Really some video of IBM OS that's not based off of anything. Is there a new IBM? You mean like AIX? AIX, OS 2, IBM ZOS, AIX. AIX sucks. Don't use it. AIX is such a pain to use. an interface with, unless they're coming with a new version. But they also came out with new versions of ZOS, and guess what? Still sucks. Check the config. Actually, how would you even verify the config? I guess we're just looking to go into the settings file and then check like how many keys do we have in the other in the other category. Did I leave myself any other details? When did I even add this card? Integrity checks. Oh, config file checks, extension data checks. Okay, so no extension data checks. There's nothing for me to do there. Config file checks. I thought this is a good idea at the time, but now in the present day thinking about it, I'm not sure how I would even do that. So let's call that okay. Or I guess we'll call it canceled. How do I cancel something? You just do da-da, like that. Preview. All right, there we go. So node integrity checks. I'm also not sure how you would do that. No, it's a piece of crap. It's still better than new herd. Yeah, well, new herd, it doesn't even work, right? Like you can try to test it out using like Debian, right? Because doesn't Debian provide a herd implementation? Or maybe not an implementation, but it has a new kernel with Debian on top of it. Yeah, IBM has a few OSs, right? So they have their own spin of Linux, I believe. Or maybe they're just using RHEL now because they bought Red Hat. Node integrity checks. I actually don't know what this is supposed to do. So we'll just do a temp cache manager check. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what systems did AIX even run on? Like I know I've logged into an AIX system before, just because that's how we did password management for whatever reason. Because the AIX system was hooked into LDAP. LDAP stands for Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Oh baby. I remember I was in an interview and they asked me what LDAP stood for. I was like, I don't really know what LDAP stands for, but it's very related to like AD management on Windows. And they were like, oh, sorry, because you didn't know what LDAP is. Like it's the basics of the basics. I'm like, no, it's not. I know what LDAP does. I just don't know what it stands for. But ever since then, now I've memorized what LDAP stands for. And then AD is Active Directory. Which is kind of confusing, right? Why is all this security like access stuff all based off of directories? And that's where my ignorance is going to show through. I don't really know. I don't really know. Yeah, all right, let's take this part out. Git restore. Yeah, there's nothing to do here, I guess, besides just like removing things I don't need. So actually, did I remove? I did remove it. Okay, cool. There's no layouts, right? I took that out. Yeah, probably, maybe. Reload me. Maybe I didn't take it out. I did not take it out. All right. Take this out, that's fine. Nothing should change. Right, this is menu bar. Menu bar. Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's fine. Then the only thing left is the final integrity check here. So when you go back to the main menu, I need to make sure that everything is cleared. So this is runner selection, or just default landing screen. In the Godot 4 port, I've renamed it to runner selection. So here, we can go into AM temp cache manager. And then what do I have? Is there a way to just clear everything? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, I can clear them. Pretty easy. Just hit it with a clear, just in case. So we go here, load something in, load back out. So this is really ugly. All right, should be good enough, yeah. We can load things, etc., etc. Oh, there's settings I still need to get to though. And then some of these options aren't even implemented. Like about doesn't have anything. In-app help doesn't have anything. I'm gonna take out in-app help. Updates is fine, I guess. And then licenses, that's fine. It's really easy to make permissions based off of directories and just put access for certain users to certain directories. It's quite literally like the ability to read a folder, and accesses are just, oh, so it's just like the permission bits, but on a distributed scale. Okay. Interesting. That makes sense. That makes sense. So in-app help. Yeah, I don't know what I would even want to do for in-app help. You know what? I think I want to keep it, but instead of taking it out, I think I'm just gonna put like to do. Work in progress. All right. Not my finest moment, to be sure. Or I guess under construction. I think I still want to have this here. And then also, if it's not here, then having the menu option be named help doesn't make any sense. Video, I love Brody's thumbnails. Out of context, that sounds really creepy. You have nice thumbnails. You have excellent bone structure. So in-app help, that's fine. Let's implement the about screen at the very least. So what is this? This is a text edit. Why did I make this a text edit? I can just make this. Oh, you know what? I know why I made it a text edit. Let's not make it a text edit though. Let's make it a rich text label with the same rough configuration. Selection enabled, and then I'll just type some stuff out, I guess. So, virtual puppet project. vpuppr by virtual puppet project, and that's really it. There's not really anything else to talk about, really. I would love to backport my implementation for loading models from Godot 4, but I just don't want to break anything. Yeah, there you go. About. There's no copyrights. Probably should, though. Michael MJD was OS2. OS2, what a joke. You know, the biggest thing that OS2 has been used for, I believe, is the New York subway station. or the subway system. So I believe all the like ticket readers or like pass scanners, I don't know what they're called, but you know what I'm talking about, right? The little turnstile, and then you like scan your ticket or push it through it or whatever. I believe those are all running off of OS2, right? Isn't it like OS2 New York subway? Yeah, the forgotten, yeah. You might be interested in reading this, yeah. That's what OS2 is known for. So the news that they're coming out with a new OS2 is very strange. Very strange. All right. I don't know. Is there anything else I'm missing here? I mean, like, this screen kind of sucks compared to like this, right? So this is the port I was working on. And now that I know like what this could have been, I'm like, man, I hate this. Like, look at that. This looks nice. And you get like a load model menu, and it comes up with an actual pop-up. It's excellent. This is all test data, ignore that. And you can load in. Lighting is not really set up, right? Whereas this kind of ugly. Doesn't really make it a lot of sense to have all the runners listed here. I think it makes more sense just to have like a list of models you previously had loaded in, but this will have to do for now. Still better implementation of a kiosk OS than Windows. Yeah, Windows is a bit too heavy for sure. Bit too heavy, a bit too buggy. All right, so extensions, settings, skip splash screen. There's that. Yeah, about screen, there's nothing here. Actually, why is there no about screen there? That's a bit weird. Let's fix that real quick. Mostly just by, yeah, there we go. Just kind of slap it into there. Yeah, there we go. Not great. Not horrible. Ooh. Center. Yeah, and the reason why I'm doing it using a rich text label and not just like a regular label, right, is not just for BB code, but it's because for regular labels you're not able to select, which is kind of annoying. Yeah. So there we go. That's it. Model. I think these are all fine. Bones. Oh, there's this to do. To do. Yeah, I guess under. We'll just put it like. I need some sort of placeholder text. Because otherwise, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do here. And then also, a bit weird for sure. Just the other bones. Tracking, I think tracking is fine. Nothing to do there. Blend shapes, filter doesn't do anything, right? Yeah, filter doesn't do anything, so I need to take that out. Blend shapes, I think this works as expected. Remote control server, you know what? I'm gonna take that out as well. So it's gonna be a very stripped down release for sure. So where is that? That's default GUI. I'm trying to remember. Oh, it's here. Okay, so let's just delete it from here. Remote control server, because there's nothing set up right now to take advantage of it. I think. Maybe. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to keep it. It works, technically. Amount of blue screens of death around the city I have to witness are disturbing, especially when it shows activate windows. It just shows up, sort of shows a product key that's more than one of my country that's pirated. Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. All right, remote control server can stay. What was the other thing I was saying that still needs to be? Oh, it's the bones. Bones. Where are bones? Hey. Blend shape item hotkey. This shouldn't exist. Blend shape item hotkey, that's fine. Then we'll delete all the actions, that's fine. And then for bones, to do display bone information, don't have that displayed. I guess what I could do is just not have this shown. So, or actually, no. What I can do, just have instructions here. Select a bone to view. I don't know. What's inside the bone information again? It's on major billboards, like where it advertises McDonald's or major tech shop. Yeah. That's pretty standard, right? Like most people only know how to use Windows, unfortunately, because you know it is like the most widespread desktop operating system. So when you hire someone like off the street, right, they're not going to know how to use Linux. They're only going to know how to use Windows. And when all you have is a hammer, everything starts to look like a nail. Select a bone to edit its properties. There we go. That's fine. Okay. Blend shapes filter. Let's do that really quick. Blend shapes filter. I think I can do this. I think that's not too hard. So there's a filter. So on ready var filter line edit filter bar filter. We'll just call it filter bar. Can't type. Still can't type. Top bar filter. Not sure why it's not giving me code completion for that. Let's set up. Filter bar text changed. Oh, that's not how you're supposed to do it. Connect. Text changed. The way that I was just doing it was the way that you do it in Godot 4. On filter changed. Filter changed. Some sort of text. Gives you a string. Blah, blah. Okay. So we have every single blend shape. Ha ha ha. Oh, and I need to maintain my own list of mappings, I guess. So blend shape list. So I have access to the blend shape list. Okay, so blend shape list, some sort of VBox container. Blah, blah, that's fine. What is your problem? Oh, right, that's right. Blend shape list, just replace all of this stuff. Get rid of this. This is also bad, by the way. So to do, this sucks. Okay, so then based off what the filter is, and I suppose there should also be like a debounce time, but for now this should be fine. For child in blend shape list get children. And then blend shape items have blend shape names, so they will just filter by name. So if child, oh no. What are the various string functions that I have? Is it string contains, string has, contains, has, begins with, no. Humanized side, what? Match, no. Find? I guess it's just find. Yeah, it might just be find. Similarity, oh, similarity. Change the similarity index with a string compared to another. Okay, I can do that. That sounds pretty good. I don't know. Seems cool. I've never used it before, but let's do it. If child blend shape name. Have you been interested in cartoons recently? HBO's new feature. Oh, Velma. Yeah, the feature's called Velma. It's literally worse than whatever live action Dragon Ball movie was. Yeah, I mean, I've seen the online discourse about it. I thought it was neat. I've not watched the show. I don't pay for HBO. I only pay for Crunchyroll, honestly. I only have Crunchyroll, but from what I've heard, Velma it's just like very mean-spirited, right? Like the original Scooby-Doo was, you know, pretty lighthearted, whereas Velma is like, I don't know. It's very. I'm trying to avoid saying woke, but it's very, I guess, against the spirit of the original show, and then also the jokes aren't very good either. Which I get, right? Like, I think if you take a show and you change it, but, you know, you make a huge amount of changes, but the show is still interesting, then that's fine, in my opinion. Right, but I think if you make a lot of changes to the show and then, like, they're not good, similarity, then that's where you have a problem, you know? Which is, I guess, like a very nothing statement. Of course, if you make a good show, then the show is going to be good. Wait. Child hide. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have an opinion. I've not seen it, but I've heard bad things about it for sure. Really solid animation that pretty much offends everyone. Nice. Literally insults you for watching it in like the first episode. You know, some people are into that. Like, man, my face when no cute anime girl to talk shit to me. I don't know. I don't have a personal opinion on it, but I have seen the discourse. But I think, you know, I think it's okay to change up shows as long as you make a good show with it, right? You know, it's like Lego pieces, right? So like, you know, you make like a Death Star. You assemble a Death Star with all your Legos. You know, that's cool. That's, you know, and that's the original Scooby-Doo. But then you're like, okay, what if we like smash this up and, you know, just build something else? And that's fine, you know. We've already seen the Death Star once, the Lego Death Star once. If you want to make something different with it, that's cool. I prefer it if you just kept like the Death Star and then like added onto it or changed it. But if you want to break everything and change it, you know, flip everything around, that's fine. Just make something cool in its place, you know? What was I doing? Blend shapes, filter. Ah, geez. Invalid get index blend shape name on base H separator. Oh, okay, that's right. Child is separator, then continue. That's right, that's right. It's not even cute girls talking. It's literally like body positive, etc., etc. Yeah, that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. I have not seen it, so I will reserve judgments. Oh, okay, hold on. If text is text empty, and child show continue. Then I guess like the reset button doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to remember what the reset button was for, but it's not coming back to me. It's only body positive at herself, like double standards. Yeah, but it's pathos. You don't understand. She's talking about the human condition and how people can have two different competing opinions while still being a normal person. You know, it's pathos, okay? You just don't get it. That was my sarcastic voice. Where really the only change I've made is just being more breathy. How do I? Alright, so there's a few problems that I can see right now. One is that the I need to hide the separator as well, otherwise it's gonna suck. FCL. Yeah. But the separators just ruin this. Okay. So filter changed. Should hide separator. Separator is one of those words I still struggle with spelling, honestly. Because I always spell it separator with an E. Like right here, separator. That looks right to me because that's how I actually pronounce it. It's actually separator. Pathos means taking half the developed world pissed, making half the developed world pissed off, and they achieve that all right. Yeah, there we go. See, now you're getting it. Should hide separator is true. If should hide separator and child hide should separator is false. Okay. That's a bit better. Still not super duper happy with it. I think I need to lower the, I guess, the factor on it, right? So FCL. Yeah, it's way too strict. So if it's greater than, I don't know, 25. And I think this is going to be the last one because I've already done all the other integrity checks. And so if there's no bugs here, then I guess that's fine. Especially right after cutting about 30 good shoes, I sense a significant cut in the revenue to HBO services. Yeah. It's weird how all these streaming platforms are kind of just imploding, right? Like first it was Netflix. I guess it's not imploding, but it's just a big stinker for no reason from HBO. Although Netflix is known for canceling like good shows way too early. Okay, I guess this, well, that's okay. The search algorithm is okay. let's say it's good enough. I guess the annoying part is that it doesn't reorder them, but that's fine. Because reordering them would be possible, but it would also mean I would need to reconstruct the list every single time, which I don't want to do. A game I haven't played in years, my butt had handed to me in a boss fight 3 times in a row in under 2 minutes. Are you playing, let me guess, are you playing Hades? Hades? I think Hades is a game that I'm really bad at if I don't play it. Like, I need to build up the muscle memory again. Unless I'm playing Hades with the gun. The gun is my favorite weapon in Hades. If only because like all I do is just use indirect damage using the grenade, the mortar. Are you playing? Oh, it's a JRPG. Tales of Xillia. I'm not familiar. That's one of like the Tales of Vesperia series games? I'm still playing through Tales of Arise, and I gotta tell you, Tales of Arise, combat fun, story kind of bad. Like I'm just completely lost in Tales of Arise. Well, I'm not completely lost, so I'm just confused as to why we're doing things. Okay. Let's just export this, whatever. Release templates, blah, blah. Export me. Debug. And then we'll just grab all of the other stuff. That's good to a VRM, not related, but we'll grab everything under resources. Export Windows. Just delete this just in case, because I know that Windows actually replaces them recursively, which I guess makes sense, but it's very annoying for me. Also, using an attack right at the start to just wipes my entire party in one attack. Yeah, sounds about right. That reminds me of Nier Automata. I was playing Nier Automata again, just because I was like, man, Nier Automata? That's a great game. Nier Replicant, not as good. But still pretty okay. I actually like Nier Replicant's music more than Nier Automata. But Nier Automata, like the intro level, you can get one shot pretty easily, which is extremely annoying if you're playing on hard. Okay, so what happened here? Are there no... Hey. What do the logs look like? Streaming services are great until content was split into like 10 platforms and every single one asks for, yeah, $10 each. Yeah. It was good in the before times, before everyone had their own premium service for sure. You know, it's the classic kind of market oversaturation, right? Everyone notices like, oh, Netflix is like pulling in a bunch of money. Let's copy them. And then everyone's doing it. And then it's like, then people have streaming service fatigue, so then no one watches streaming services anymore, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it is. Arise is next on my list after I finish Xillia and Xillia 2. Xillia 2. When did the Xillia games come out? I have Berseria, I think. No, I have Vesperia. I don't have Berseria. Tales of Xillia. What is Tales of Xillia? When did this come out? Is this an old game? Oh, it is really old. Okay. I say really old, but it came out in 2011 when I was still in high school. It's PS3. I don't know why Netflix removed Cowboy Bebop, British access. I don't know. Here's a hot take. I didn't like Cowboy Bebop that much. Or I guess I just didn't get it. I was like, oh, I like the, you know, it's the story of the week or whatever. What's the trope called in shonen anime where they like fight a new bad guy every week? That's kind of how I felt about Cowboy Bebop. It's just like, we're doing stuff, we're kind of learning, kind of, not really. Is there continuity between each episode? Sure. It's like, yeah, it's like nice little vignettes, but what was the story about? It's about Spike killing a guy? He has problems with a dude. He has problems with another man's personage, and then that man also has a katana or something, and then he shoots him. PS3 was that long ago? Yeah, it's a little long ago. I'm watching mid-season. Well, you could always, you know, go to one of those other third-party sites that may or may not have streaming for free. I don't know where you would find those, but I'm sure you can figure it out. Back when I didn't have a job, I used to like watching Master Anime. MasterAnime.me. Since your voice is back up and running, I'll get in touch with you soon to debug the... Oh yeah, hello. Yes, we do need to debug it, for sure. My voice is more or less back. Definitely. My lungs are still, like, trashed, but that really only affects me when I'm playing music. I say play music, and everyone always like, oh, like, what tunes do you listen to? I'm like, I'm not listening to tunes. I'm playing my music on a real instruments. My vocal range is 100% shot. Now I'm back to just a vocal range of 2 octaves, which is very sad. I used to have a vocal range of 4 octaves. Of course, the highest octave wasn't very good, but could still technically hit it. I'm looking at this, trying to figure out if there's a better way for me to do this. Because right now, when I do the filters, it doesn't really filter as you would expect it to filter. It just filters by like hiding and showing. I'm thinking, is there a better way to do this? Right? Because I have eye blink left, so you would expect eye blink left to be at the top, but it actually matches against the other eye things as well. To deep waters. Yes. You don't need to pirate it. You don't need to I guess if you're streaming something, you are technically downloading it to your computer and then immediately discarding it, but you know. Decent 3 octave range. Oh baby. And I'm a pretty solid baritone for sure. I can hit bass notes, I'm just not able to like vibrato on them. Tenor is pretty good. Soprano, or I guess it's not. Is it soprano or is it just alto? It might just be alto. I can kind of hit soprano notes for sure. I guess this is fine. Mouse tracker should still work. Yeah, and then you will need to mess with the blend shapes. So there's like something like that. Oh no, not that one. It's one of them. It's one of the blink things. Anyways, check that out. Whee. You can figure it out? Yeah, I hope so. You are not a soprano if you're a baritone naturally? Oh no. You can hit those notes if you have a well-developed like falsetto. Like, you're not a true soprano for sure, but falsetto does increase your range. So unfortunate is like it doesn't work that way in the other direction. There's no like falsetto for bass notes. I would demonstrate, but as mentioned previously, my range is severely limited by my lung capacity. So I attempt to do tracking on vpuppr. It would destroy your GStreamer connection until reboot. Yeah, I don't really know. There are certain things that it does, right? So when it starts tracking, it does start a background thread. vpuppr still holds on to the PID so it can kill it afterwards. But if vpuppr crashes, then you're gonna have problems. I was high mezzo soprano and now I'm a high bass. What's a mezzo soprano? I'm not familiar. That's mezzo soprano. Contra alto? Isn't that just alto? Or does that just mean like a low soprano? Unfamiliar. Add a sound effect of net cracking if the model's head rotates more than 150 degrees? Yeah, I probably could. It's not that hard to do. But there's a lot of things that are not hard to do. I just need to find the time to implement it and make sure it doesn't explode. I think this is fine. Now I just need to figure out, oh, you know, it's probably because of the export settings. Yeah, it's probably trying to export things that aren't there anymore, right? So we need all of these. Don't need guts. These all look fine. Is anything else? Yeah, VRM models don't need to be included. Entities, base prop. Base prop actually needs to get deleted. I don't know why this is still here. Or I know why it's still here. It's because I just never deleted it. I look at it every single time. Make a mental note. I should delete that and then proceed to forget until next time. Low, mid, soprano. Yeah. So does that mean like there's like a... If there's a low, mid, soprano, does that mean that there's a high, mid, soprano? At least in my opinion, it implies the existence of a high, mid, soprano as well. Alright. Da da da. No, this should be fine. What the heck? Yeah, ignore that. I'll need to get back to that. I need to install RC Edit. I don't know where my RC Edit installation went. Yeah, so now this is not loading anything. So if I export this with debug, then I'll get a little debug window. Yeah, let's export this with debug and then I'll figure it out here. Okay, I don't have an export template for that, so that's fine. I guess I do, but I need to think about it. Trying to voice at some point to be able to go up to 20 octaves. I'm not sure if that's even possible. I think 3 octaves is what most people can hit normally, right? Because you have your normal range of like just speaking. Then you have your mumble range, which is either bass or baritone for dudes. And then you can usually hit some falsetto notes if you just pitch your voice up. But yeah, gonna take a quick snooze. Yeah, take it easy. Thanks for hanging out, Shazbot. I feel like UN tries to implement GStreamer stuff, all the code explodes. Well, I was actually looking into implementing GStreamer stuff for something else, but I mean, using the GStreamer Rust bindings, it's very complicated. It's GStreamer stuff at that low level is requires a bit more expertise than I have at this current point in time, because I don't know too much about encoding or like muxing at all. So there's like remuxing, but what I want to do is demux, I think. When you want to I want to demux 2 streams and then remux them into just one big stream, I think. No, I just want to mux them into one stream. Yes. Does Godot use the Rust bindings? So for Godot 3, there are Rust bindings. So that's how I've implemented things like this. I'm getting distracted. I'm a lot less focused than I usually am. But yeah, Mouse Tracker uses Rust bindings. And then you'll just need to manually manipulate your eyes afterwards. So this is using, I think it's actually called InputBot, which is cross-platform mouse listening. And also keyboard, you can send key presses, etc., but also it provides functions for getting your mouse pointer position, which I then pass on to vpuppr, and then vpuppr does some code manipulate or data manipulation to turn those into 3D coordinates. But I need to figure out why this is not loading properly, because the logs look fine to me. Well, not these logs. These are the real logs. But we don't care about that. All right, so kill this. What do you got? Translation. Wait, am I dumb? App manager. Config manager. Well, I guess the config manager is fine. Is not debug build. Yeah, that looks fine to me. Extension manager. That's the important bit. Okay, so there's a lot of things that could potentially use. So GStreamer is most likely coming to vpuppr at some point. I wouldn't say that. I'm thinking about it. Well, not GStreamer for vpuppr, so the answer is no. It was for like a different project. That was for like, it was for forwarding, or it accepts video streams and then gives back a combined video stream, which is like hard to implement, or at least no one really has an open source version of that for some reason. Like there are tools out there for combining two video streams, but not in real time. All the tools that do it in real time are all closed source. Assuming you can get your head around the Rust bindings. Yeah, also that. Also that. Hit me with one of these. Wait, logger debug. I guess what I can do is, I can actually do this. So we go export Windows vpuppr all logs. Should be fine, and then should be able to get all logs from here, unless I'm stupid. Using save data path, searching scan path. Heh. Why is it trying to read from res? I mean, that makes sense, right? But why is it trying to use the res path? It shouldn't be trying to use the res path. Unless, oh, I think I got it. Vim dist conf. Oh, is there there's no dist config, right? Why is this using the res path then? Hey. Well, I guess I'm still gonna have to figure this VS out. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Like I'll take a look at it at some point for sure, because it's a lot easier to use GStreamer than it is to use. Well, it's easier to use the bindings for GStreamer than it is to use the bindings for the other one. Its name escapes me at this point. So why is this using the wrong one? Scan path. Yeah, ffmpeg. Yeah. So ffmpeg doesn't even have like real Rust bindings. It just has like kind of ad hoc bindings that someone else made for their very specific use case. So it doesn't even cover the entire ffmpeg suites, I guess. I was going to say API, but it's a bit more understandable to say suite. GStream is infinitely more powerful than ffmpeg. I'm not sure. Are they? I have no idea. I know ffmpeg is generally more popular. At least looking at the Stack Overflow answers. Like, it's really easy to find help for ffmpeg. It's really difficult to find any help for GStreamer. Unless it's like really simple stuff. I wonder. Oh, I'm dumb. Okay, so get rid of this. That's why it's using the wrong resource path. All right, so this is now broken, which is good. So resource path, and then here. Well, extensions, okay. So extensions. Slash extensions. So why does this not give me anything that I want to see? Searching scan path. So extension manager. Oh. I think this is wrong. Why have I not noticed this before? All of these are wrong. So that's slightly more correct, right? So that's correct. I guess we'll find out if it's actually incorrect. I don't remember why I made that change though. You even have deck link on Gstream. What's deck link? You mentioned that several times. I looked it up and then promptly forgot it. Deck. Oh yeah. It's the black magic thing. That's right. Yeah. And also, you can kind of tell that my voice is kind of messed up because I'm able to kind of growl every now and then. Unintentionally. Like, eh. Usually when I do that, like I force myself to growl, I'll start choking after a little bit. But now, my voice is so destroyed. It doesn't bother me anymore. Look at that. Alright, change this, blah blah. Extensions, these all look good. Run this. There we go. Okay. Well, it looks pretty good to me, I guess. I don't know. Oh, the last thing. The very, very last thing. So do you have access to the model? You do not have access to the model, which makes sense. Default runner. Where are you? Default runner. And then I can just copy some code over from the other one. Or actually, doesn't VRM, yeah, VRM, well, no. No, VRM doesn't have this. It doesn't matter. This is left clicking. Should move model. Or I can do if control is pressed. You know what? Let's not break anything. I think it's, right now it's stable enough. Right now it's stable enough. Git add all. This is a very bad habit of mine to just continue like, oh, you know what would be a cool feature? Let's just do this, this, and this. Let's just do a bunch of things. Unfortunately, yeah. I kind of follow the pattern from my own personal projects of like coolness driven development. The more cool or interesting an idea is, the more likely I'm gonna add it to whatever I'm writing. Actions GUI, remove base prop, finally. Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah. Change, or I guess remove default value. Remove defaults value for resource path. And that's pretty much it. Add, change placeholder text for several UI elements. Yeah, there we go. So I'll push that. I think everything should be updated. So if I look at the export presets for Linux, and I think I also should be able to generate Linux builds locally, but I'm kind of dislike doing that. So it looks fine. Tests, haven't even checked it to see if the tests are passing, but that's fine. All right, you know what? Let's check it. Let's check out the test pass. All right, tests all pass. We're good. Push. Bring me over to here. We'll go to vpuppr and we'll just start generating a release. Like, it's gonna kind of suck. I'm not proud of this, but it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, we'll watch it go. We'll watch it go. This actually took a little longer than I thought it would. Yeah. This is also pretty much what I do at work. I've done a lot of this. Not specifically with GitHub Actions, but lots of like pipelines. Yeah. Unfortunately, I've been kind of specialized professionally into like DevOps / SRE roles. So DevOps, developer operations. You're the in-between between like developers and then operations, which are usually two separate organizations. But DevOps kind of bridges the gap, aka you're doing the job of two people, sadly enough. Yeah. But DevOps is, you know, you write the code and then you deploy the code. That's the ops portion. Okay, that looks good. And then SRE, which is site reliability engineer. Site reliability engineer, which is basically like infrastructure as code. Like, you're not like a system admin. Being a system admin is a very scary place to be in right now. Mostly because we're replacing all the system admins. Like, that's actually my job, right? Like, system admins absolutely hate my team. Because we automate their job. So like, what it used to take like a team of 20 system admins, you know, if you have 100 boxes and you need to install rel on them, you would, you know, system admins would go out to each computer, run the setup scripts, etc., etc. Now you just need like one system admin to plug in each box to a computer or hook it up to the network, and then we take care of the rest. Having to make consistent builds to try to fix my deck league stuff. I just need more logs. Just need more logs to figure stuff out. And I know I'm guilty of that as well. Like, vpuppr does not log enough information by default, which is why I also added like flags for re-enabling like debug logging. All right, I'm just gonna watch it. I'm just watching it. I'm just gonna watch it. And then once this is done, I'll grab this, ping the Discord, and be like, hey, give it a try. I don't remember if this is gonna work. I know it works on Windows. Maybe. I don't know. I actually don't know if this Windows build is the same as my Windows build. It might be. So a future build will have all the stuff needed. Well, a future build is probably going to look like this. Like, I guess, unfortunately, kind of given up on the previous idea. I don't know. Did you read the thing in Discord? I'm just going to say it again anyways. But like, this build of vpuppr was written so it's really extensible, right? So, you know, if you want to make changes to it, you don't need to like, submit a PR or try to re-export the entire application, you can just load in your own code, which I've actually documented here. Right. So this is how you can write your own stuff without, even needing, the Godot editor. You can just kind of follow this stuff and then hope for the best. But you also don't need my Godot fork. You can just, load it in. But because of that, I had to, make a few design choices that also made it really difficult, I guess. Well, maybe not difficult, but a little confusing, right? Architecturally from my side, for like, how do I get things where they need to go without, stepping on the toes of, extensions. But for this one, the Godot 4 port, I'm just saying, you know what? You can submit a PR. I don't care anymore. So we'll just hard code a bunch of stuff, etc., etc. And then if you want to add new stuff, submit a PR, or just download it yourself and re-export the entire project. And then you'll also need to get the entire build system set up as well. Because this system actually uses GD extensions, which are pretty cool, actually. Very similar to how like the Rust bindings work for vpuppr right now. The benefits are, I'm not sure. I don't remember. There are benefits. What are they? They exist. All right, create nightly artifacts. All right, yeah, so it's good to go. You can give it a test. Run if you're there. I think Paladin, it might be a bit late for you. I'm going to test the Windows version. Yeah, unfortunately for these GitHub action things, though. One, you need to be signed into GitHub. Two, GitHub Actions strips the executable bits from everything, so I have to pack them into a tar file to preserve the executable bits, but then also GitHub Actions also zips the files for you as well, which is a bit weird. So it's a zip file that contains a tar.gz file. So it's a pain. 20 to 3 in the morning here. Nice. It's 21:40 for me. 9:40. Is a zip tarball. Basically, yeah. Well, but they also the tarball is also GZ compressed. So that there's multiple levels of like I guess there's only 2 levels of compression. It's whatever the regular zip compression is, and then there's also the GZ or the gzip compression. Which I suppose I don't need to gzip it. I guess I could just bundle it into a tar. Anyways. Ooh, hold on. Okay. vpuppr extract here. And we'll just run decompress. Or if you have a terminal, you can also just decompress it using tar. Run this. Ah, no. Okay, what happened? Okay, so there's still a problem. That's not good. And then the translation directory. I see. Hold on. So is it only the translations that are borked? No, it's everything that's borked. Oh no. Okay, so it's not gonna work, by the way. If you're still there, Ren, don't try it. Reload me. Oh geez. What did I change? This is where the spaghetti comes into play. I'm trying to remember. What does the nightly release do? Because there is a kind of special file that I bundle into each of these. Or maybe I don't bundle it here. Download Godot binaries. So export path, current dates, release config. Yeah, no. Here's the release config. It's called, what did I call it? What is it called? Release config. Release config.toml. Is that what I called it here? Yeah, release config.toml. I see. Let me think. I'm thinking. Or I guess what I could do is just generate my own ones here. The release config is borked, for sure. So undo me. Res resources. What if I do this? Nope. Release config, and that's what it's called, right? Release config. At least underscore config. Sorry. So this one is pretty easy. Although it does expect it to be available when the application starts, right? Because it needs to parse. It needs to parse everything, etc., etc. Yeah, so let's see, resource path is equal to exe directory. That should be fine. And version is 0.90, I guess. So keep that as resources, and then I'll need to go into globals and then change. Well, no, these are fine then. Oh, this is now going to be borked. Okay. Oh, actually, that should be fine, right? Then we go to export. Export project. That's vpuppr. I might go off to sleep. All right. Have a good sleep. I guess ping me at some points. The only time that our time zones overlap at a good time for me is, I guess, probably around this time, honestly. A little hard with the, is it 6-hour time difference? I suppose at like 6 p.m. I'm still around, but I'm usually like eating food at that point. But as long as it's just like me talking and not like hands-on keyboard, that's all good for me. I am EST actually. the one time you did not list. I am EST. Okay, how do I download these builds? You need to be logged into your GitHub account, unfortunately. But there's also a bug. So it's not gonna work anyways, unfortunately. EST, so 5 hours time difference. Okay, Yeah, I knew it was one of those. 5, 6, you know, it's only 1 hour. Could cause a lot of problems, but you know. Might be in a weird daylight savings time desync. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like the UK observes daylight savings time, right? But like it applies at a different time. Something like that. I feel like I remember that. Not this. Release config.toml. Go here. Hold on, I need to make a few updates around. Made a few mistakes. Mostly because I implemented this a while ago. Alright, so... Oh, did it just explode? Oh, it didn't. Okay, that's good. Save data path. Searching. No default extensions? Really? No, actually, this is correct. Eh? Am I dumb? It's been a long time since I've worked with this. So the release config is meant for other distributions because I know that on Gentoo or just like Linux, right, when you install stuff, you're not supposed to have like a separate, I guess, like data directory alongside your binary. So that's what the release config is for, is so that vpuppr knows which directory to look for resources in. Yeah. The different date to US, 2 weeks difference. Yeah, I know things sometimes. Sometimes. Not all the time. It's like, if I could actually recall this stuff at will, I would be fantastic at trivia. Unfortunately, that's not the case. All right, cool. So I need to push this really quick. Update resource path. Because, or I guess revert. Puppr should use the release config.toml release mode. All right, once more with feeling. Anyways, yeah, before I get further distracted, good night. As they say in my favorite Japanese anime, Oyasumi Nasai. Alright. Run me again. Run me again. To reboot the Hue bridge. What is that? A Hue bridge? Is that one of the like the mood lighting? That's like a smart home thing. Whatever happened to like smart home stuff? Wasn't that like really big 4 years ago? 4 or 5 years ago? Mid 2010s, I guess. Yeah, the Philips Hue bridge. One of the smart light bulbs, I'm assuming. I think the only smart device besides my, smartphones, etc., right? I have the smart speakers, and I have the Nest thermostat. I know there's other thermostats you can get, but I don't know. I like the look of a Nest. Got 3 of them in your room. What? A Hue Philips Hue bridge. What is a Hue bridge? So it's like a router. It's like a router for lights. Or just like smart stuff. Yeah. All right, I'm waiting on this. Let's just go ahead and export these as well. Should be able to just export this no problem, hopefully. Let's go. And then these configs should all just be the same. There's nothing to add or remove here. All right, you know what? Let's just get Discord Nitro so I can upload these builds. Actually, I might not be able to. How much upload does Discord Nitro give you? Because I don't want to. Well, you know what? Actually, no, I don't need to put these on Discord. I can just make a pre-release. I always forget that you can do a pre-release instead of just going whole hog and just doing a regular release. Virtual puppet project stable, something like that. Smart display in your room, Nest doorbell, Hue lights. Oh, and then one bridge. I'm assuming. Yeah, we're getting a Nest thermostat. 50 to 500 megabytes. Oh, okay. Whatever. I'll just create a pre-release. Set as pre-release. Describe this release. It is a release. Go here. So I do have the ability to test this. I'm not going to test it now, though. Yeah, that's good to know. I was thinking about it. I was like, what if I just buy Discord Nitro live on stream and then upload it? But no, I think that's a bit too dangerous. I don't want to show off my, like, anything. I mean, I think like all the credit card stuff should just be censored anyways, but you know, a little risky, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so let's zip it. So that's, it's just Windows. Zip this. Linux. Zip this. Flatpak. What did I call the other ones? I called it vpuppr 09090 Linux. Okay, so this is vpuppr 090 Windows. Don't need to have stable in it because you can just assume it's going to be stable, even though it's probably not. And then Linux Flatpak compatible. vpuppr 090 Linux Flatpak compat. Yeah, there we go. So then, let me just grab all of these. They're pretty big. Slap them into there. All right, so this is probably the better one to look at, Ren, if you're still there. I'll just make a pre-release. It'll be still visible. I think people will get pinged about it, but it's not listed as the latest release. Oh man. I'm not gonna lie, my eyes are starting to hurt from getting all that dust in them from drying my clothes. I feel like when I program, I don't blink enough. It's not like the dryer lint dust is starting to like fuse to my eyeballs. Just kind of a terrible thing to think about, actually. Apologize for saying that out loud. But that is my life. Grown man doesn't know how to safely dust off the dryer lint catch. After a long delay, vpuppr version 9 or 090. now available. So what are the new features? I don't remember. What features did I add? Does anyone? New features. Added face track. Added supports for OGs. Eye facial mocap. Following trackers, eye facial mocap. There is VTube Studio. Meow face. I guess I should probably add links to all of those as well. So I'll just grab these. Eye facial mocap. Let me put this up here so I don't have to tab back and forth. It's my favorite part of any programming thing. Make a great technical writer for sure. Because all this like super menial, you know, documentation stuff, I actually find to be pretty neat. Pretty neat. All right, so where is VTube Studio? Do you just have a website? Where is it? VTube Studio. Yeah, that's probably it. Banshee Soft. Here's Meowface. I think Meowface only has the store listing, right? Meowface. So Meowface, yeah. Unless there is. No, yeah. It's only a store listing, which is fine. Slap that in there. Mouse tracking. No link. Well, okay, let's add a link. Why not? So there should just be like a mouse tracker, yeah. Using mouse RS. Ooh. New and improved GUI. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Better performance on all platforms, hopefully. I think it is slightly more performance based off of my testing. So OpenSea Face used to use like 20%, 20 to 30% of my GPU. And I think vpuppr, well, I guess we can check now, huh? How much does, oh, I have a ton of things open. Nope, yeah, look at that. It's using 65% of my GPU. So it's pretty GPU hungry. I think vpuppr in release mode uses less. How much less? I don't remember. I tested it before and saw it was 30, but I don't know. Hard to say. Thank you very much for the follow, anonymous viewer. Never really call out people unless they talk in chat, because I'm one of those people where I'm like, if I follow, please don't. If I follow your channel but I don't type in chat, please don't mention me. I just want to like stealth follow. That would be great. Hello, Lecolo V44. Thank you very much for the follow. There we go. I don't know. Are there any other changes? I know I made a lot of changes, but I don't remember what any of them are. I really should keep like a change log. It's not gonna happen on most channels. I don't know. I feel like smaller streamers have a tendency to like shout out like new followers, and I I hate that. No offense if you shout out new followers, but it always makes me a little nervous. Like my social anxiety gets really bad. For some reason, not talking in chat, but having like the streamer be like, "Oh, thank you very much for the follow." I'm like, please don't do that. Don't mention me. It freaks me out. For user extensions. User extensions. Just add a link to the wiki here, I guess. Have alerts for that stuff? Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think I was on a channel, I was watching someone recently. I was just about to click follow, and then they're like, oh, since we have so many new like followers, I guess we're just gonna pause and shout them out. And I was like, what the heck? Please don't do it. Don't do it. Not like this. Good thing I did not click the follow button. I'm very sorry, but don't shout me out. And actually, they weren't even that big. Wait, not that small. They weren't even that small. I think they had 19,000. I was like, do you shout out every single follow? You shouted out 19,000 people? That's crazy. Even I don't shout out every single, every person. All right. You should download this one, by the way, Ren. If you're still there. So you're gonna lose your old save file. Oh, you know what? That's what I was doing the file integrity stuff for, but whatever. It's too late. Yeah, check to see if that works. It's a pre-release. I'm still trying to remember what other changes I made. I guess I could just go through the commit log. And then try to see what did I do. Yeah, I guess like the only big addition was just more trackers, huh? And then like the support for extensions. Stop changing the download. I'm sorry. Well, it's no longer the nightly build. So you don't need to be logged in anymore. Now you can just look at the pre-release. Or I guess the regular release. So we go to Discord real quick. I'll just hit it with an announcement, be like, hey, test this out. Report any bugs or forever hold your peace. Pre-release for vpuppr 090 is up. It's stripped out most of the incomplete features. So I guess it's not like a full update. It's not a full upgrade from OpenCFace GD, but should hopefully tide most people off until I finish the rest of the code. Yeah, there we go. However, it should hopefully blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Now that's grammatically correct instead of just being a weird run-on sentence. He's done it. Actually, he's not done it. That's the wrong link. Turns out I'm just a big dummy. There we go. Nice. All right, cool. So that's vpuppr. Hopefully, oh no. Didn't I test this before? Didn't I just test this? That's working. Huh? Oh, it's because of the release config file. That's right. So rm release config, and then this should just work. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Load in. Blah blah blah. Takes a little bit, but they're whatever. Okay, and then tracking works via all the normal stuff. Let me see. iFacial mocap. I haven't tested that in a while. Just paste that there. iFacial mocap is, where is it? Trackers. Yeah, I have an iPad over here. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty good to me, I guess. My iPad's all the way over here. Yeah. That's pretty good, right? There's a few connection errors, and I can see that it's starting to lag a little bit as well. But I'm not really sure what to do about that. That just happens sometimes, where like sometimes a packet will be late or it'll be incomplete. I'm not really sure how to detect that though. It's just a thing that happens sometimes. Yeah, see, like now it's really good, but as soon as you see like last packet had an error, it starts to lag. So how do you use iFacial mocap? So if you have iFacial mocap installed on your iPhone, so I have a webcam, but there's nothing to show. You click on the big settings icon, then you go to destination IP address. So that's, I don't know, at least in my app, that's the third grouping. So there's behavior, tracking setting, destination setting. So destination IP address, you grab your IP address from here. You can also just look at it, I guess. Well, no, that's not that's the device ID. So you click here, you paste it into something else, although it is just your local IP address. So it doesn't really matter if people know what it is, I think. Right? Put that IP address into the destination IP address setting, and then just start tracking like that. So you need to be tracking on iFacial mocap. You should see like the face moving, and then you can actually turn that off. And then here you need to start tracking here. So turn this on. So like stop, from stop you want to go to start. Obviously. Yeah, and then here is the advanced settings. You don't usually need to mess with that, but if you need to mess with it, then I guess you'll know. Yeah, I think the port, yeah. You can configure the port in iFacial mocap here. So it'll send to the IP address, usually over Wi-Fi. Yeah, you'll always want to send over Wi-Fi, because I don't know how you would send over Ethernet. But I guess if you have your iPhone plugged into your Ethernet, plugged into an Ethernet cord, I guess you would use Ethernet. I don't know. Yeah. So under destination setting, detail settings, you can actually set the port number if you want, but I just use the defaults, which is 49983. Address, no, there's nothing for you to configure there. Yeah. Oh, you have your, wait, how do you have your iPhone over Ethernet? How does that, how? Do you have like a weird, like a crazy dongle setup? So you have like a power dongle, and then also like it splits out into like an Ethernet thingy, Ethernet to Lightning. That's crazy. Yeah, I guess you could try that. I'm not familiar, but maybe it'll work. But I think based off of this, it looks okay. Just know that whenever you see last packet had an error, it'll cause a little delay. And then every time you hit last packet had an error, it'll add like another like frame of delay. And I'm not really sure how to fix that. I'm sure there is a way to do it, but you know, I don't trust my wireless network to not have interference. Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I suppose also something that's kind of cool about the like dedicated trackers is that it's really, really difficult for you to break your neck as opposed to OpenC Face, which I just kind of try to guess where you're looking, whereas these dedicated trackers, you know, they have so many more, you know, sensors and whatnot. So if you turn your head like, well, actually, I think you can still break your neck like this. If I just kind of do this. Yeah, like that. I wonder, can I, this way is actually a bit easier for me to turn because my iPad's on my right, so if I just kind of, yeah. Nope, maybe not. Actually, if I lock rotation, can I can I do it? No, okay, maybe not. That's unfortunate. I don't really know how to use iOS or iPad OS. Is there a lock? Oh, there is a lock rotation. There we go. He's done it. So now, if I do this. Okay, yeah, you can still totally break your neck. And then even the application's a little confused right now because it's refusing to completely invert my head. That's good. That's good. Good to know. Although I gotta say, I think Meowface is better at detecting tongue out. Like that. All right, let's check VTube Studio. Probably should have done my due diligence before I set up a release, but that's fine. How do you turn VTube Studio? Oh no, my other computer, no. Headphones don't reach long enough, or don't reach far enough. All right. So VTube Studio, I know you do it like this. IP address. Is it working? Oh, sorry. Stop this. So for VTube Studio, you need to do it like 192.168.88. I'm very slow at reading numbers. Mostly because I get the numbers wrong. I get numbers wrong just constantly. Yeah, so now we're connected, but why am I not? How do I get out of here? Streaming mode on. Is it not going to let me connect? Sorry, I haven't been reading. So of the 4 things listed under detected IP, which one do I use? It's either going to be Wi-Fi or Ethernet. Now, which one you want to use, I am not entirely sure. I always use Wi-Fi, but you could try both of them. So you click on it. There's instructions here, right? So click on the appropriate button to copy your computer's IP address to your clipboard. So there's Wi-Fi and Ethernet. You probably don't want these, but if you know that you need to use this, then I guess you can. Okay, yeah. There's VTube Studio working. I guess for some trackers, there might just be a bug where the tracker doesn't go away when you stop it. I'm not familiar. Yeah, VTube Studio seems to work. That's cool. We'll call that good enough. That's enough due diligence for me. I've now verified that they all work. Or actually, I was testing this from the editor. None of mine are Wi-Fi addresses. I don't know. You can still, if you know your IP address, if you know your local IP address, then you can just use that as well, right? So I think is it IP config or is it IF config? It's IP config, sorry. Yeah, so you type in IP, is IP config the Linux command as well, or is it only on, is that a Windows thing? I don't remember. Yeah, all you need to know is, you need to know your IPv4 address, IF, it's IF config on Linux? Oh, yeah, it's IF config on Linux, IP config on Windows. I hate that. Is it really IF config? Oh my god, it is IF config. Oh, but then IP config is also a thing on Linux as well. Interesting. But I guess IP config does something different on Unix systems. Okay. I've never noticed that. I've always just thought, like, am I going crazy? I thought it was IP config, but now it's IF config. But then when I go back to Windows and then, wait a minute. What do they stand for? I suppose I could look it up. Man, IF config. Configure network interface parameters. But what does it stand for? Internet framework config. Internet Fullstrom config. Internet config. The F is silent. I don't know why this isn't working. I'm not sure. Like, all you need to do is type in your, in the you're setting the destination IP address, right? Yeah, so as long as you set your destination IP address to the correct thing, you should be fine. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Most likely. Yeah. So luckily my Wi-Fi address, or I guess my IPv4 address has not changed. What is my Ethernet address? I've never really thought about it. Oh, it's the same. Oh, actually my Wi-Fi one is different. What the heck? Maybe I don't know. Just whatever IF config gives you. Just whatever IF config gives you. From, I don't know. How do you view your IP address? Oh, there it is. EN0. Yeah, so I don't have any IP addresses in vpuppr. It's all Ethernet names like, I don't know. Maybe it's different on Linux? What's the command I'm running? I know that there's a command that I run to try to get your IP address, or list your IP addresses. So that might be a problem. Oh, turn off this. Yeah, so I do. Oh, this is under iFacial mocap. That's right. Because only iFacial mocap needs this. Otherwise, you need to connect to your phone. iFacial mocap is the only one where you connect, where iFacial mocap actually connects to you instead, which is nice. Oh, there's a second button. The labels don't work on Linux to know what's Wi-Fi and what's in Ethernet. What does it show up as for you? Once again, admittedly, I've never checked. I don't really check on Linux because I don't know, I'm lazy. There's a lot of buttons. What do they do? I don't know. Yeah, get local interfaces. Yeah, I don't know how Godot, or what Godot does here, but I guess I could check. What does Godot do to get local interfaces on? It doesn't matter which version. I'm assuming that they're all kind of the same. Show us VMNet 8 and VMNet 1, which I think... Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, both of your Ethernet ports. Look at you, Mr. Fancy Pants. Has 2 Ethernet ports. Multi-port surfing. It's beautiful. So this is what it's doing for you. What does it do? Okay, so this is like the regular one, I guess. So this is get local interfaces. And then only on Linux does it have a different implementation. Wait, what? This might be wrong. Oh, actually, this is for Godot 4. My bad. That's because I thought I broke the only one on your motherboard and got a PCIe card. Nice. Okay. Does that mean that you can plug in 2 Ethernet cords and then potentially get more bandwidth? At least for your own computer? I'm not really sure. Alright, so drivers, Unix, IP. Alright, so what are you doing? Get local interfaces. I'm not really sure. It's a thing, I guess. It's whatever this is doing. Actually, what the heck? Something that's kind of weird. Why would you need Unix IP, the Unix IP implementation, or blah, blah, blah. Why do you need Windows headers in the Unix implementation of IP? Okay, well, crap. So then just let me try all and then see. Well, I mean, you don't need to use those buttons if you just know what your IP address is, right? And like to confirm, you are adding that to the destination IP address field. And then also you might need to check to see which port it's trying to send to, right? So it's under detail settings, and then you want to see the send port number. And also you want to be sending over UDP, but those should just be the defaults. The only thing that's not default is the destination IP address, which you'll, you know, that's the only thing I think you should be changing, but maybe it's different on iPhones. I'm not sure. I don't have an iPhone. Okay. I mean, that's pretty much it from me for today, but I'll hang around. Or maybe, of course, it's the last one you tried. Which one was it? Just so that I know for future reference. ENP9S0. Well, of course, I should have known. A classic interface, to be sure. Oh, I guess it starts with EN, so maybe that's like Ethernet network. Maybe. Also, slight good / bad news. All right, hit me with it. Whichever one you feel like telling me first. My entire face is no longer flickering. Hooray! That's good. What's the bad news? Now it's just my eyes inside my mouth. Well, I guess we're closer. we're closer, I guess. Just your eyes. Could you try restarting? Sometimes that helps. Sometimes that helps. Or have you tried restarting? Like, restart the app. Don't restart your computer. I don't think restarting your computer will do anything. I don't know. So it's just sometimes I can see the flickering too. But then I'm like, okay, maybe I'm crazy. So then I like restart the program and then the flickering goes away. So I don't know. Like, it's not random. There surely is something that's causing it. I just don't know what, you know? Yeah. All right. I'm going to call it here. And then I guess I'll pick it back up tomorrow. Once I know that there's no like huge, not game breaking, but app breaking bugs. So if there's nothing like super serial tomorrow, I will, we'll just release it and I'll continue working on the rest of the stuff. I think that's the game plan. Yeah. Nope, restarting does the same thing. Well, yeah, I got nothing. I got nothing. I'm not really doing anything. Wait. Could you try messing with some of the aliasing options? So I think MSAA, you could try that. Get by with VC face until this gets figured out. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. Like, could you try using toggling some of the rendering options? So like FXAA, by default, they're all disabled, but you can enable them if you want. I wonder if that will make a difference. This actually looks a bit worse with these turned on. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'll be live Tuesday from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern time, working on something again. I'll figure it out. There's no change. I guess it's just Godot 4 then. The last hope is Godot 4. At least the taking out the sub viewport made a difference. Yeah. I'll be live Tuesday. There's a Discord and all the other things in my description. I guess I'll just drop a link in chat in case someone's actually watching these VODs. Here it is. That's what I'm working on. Free and open source. All right. I'm convinced it's an OpenGL thing still. It could be. It could be. I mean, the fact that it's hard to reproduce has most people that I've talked to tell me that it's a driver issue. But I don't know. I don't know enough about rendering to make an informed statement on that. Yeah. Take it easy. I'm gonna bounce.